Hi everyone, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. This is Marivir Monteban for Conversations with MM. We have another exciting episode ahead of us, and we will be talking of visiting the Philippines. Yes, it's tourism time. It's time to go home and enjoy the motherland, the tropical beauty of the Philippines. So it's January, so this is very timely because by now we prepare what to do this year, and a very exciting package is up for grabs and for you to plan with your family and friends. And here to talk about this VIP tour, very important Pinoy tour, is the president of Rajah Tours Philippines. No other. I'm happy to have him. Last night I met him at the Philippine consulate for the promotions of the said tour package. No other than Jojo Clemente. Hi Jo, good morning sa'yo.
Hi, Maribir. Good morning. Good morning to you and to all our viewers.
Thank you. So, excited naman ako dyan since last night na ano natin na nakita na promote natin ang mga bago ang package nyo since the pandemic put us all in on lockdown. So, let's take a look at this, Jo, bago tayo magkaroon ng conversation. Okie dokie, there it is. So, tell us about this VIP tour, Joe, and it's going to be in Manila, Iloilo, and Boracay, right?
All-
So
Yes,
the Red Tours is a major actor of this program. So
yes,
entice
yeah,
us to go there, to go back to
yeah.
Pinas.
Uh-huh. Well, the VIP tour is back after 3 years of not being done due to
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, and um, formerly known as the Rajah Tours Tour. So people might be more familiar with that. The VIP tour, we just launched it for the first time
Mm-hmm.
in 2019. But it's still the same tour, still the same concept, but the destinations are different now. So as you mentioned, we're going to Manila, Iloilo,
Mm-hmm.
and Boracay. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, no, we'll be planned a lot of activities, a lot of tours that
Mm-hmm.
our kababayans can enjoy when they go back home. We're also looking at inviting our younger FilAms, our fourth, fifth generation FilAms that have not yet been back home to the Philippines and maybe want to reminisce of their roots and where they come from. So, maganda to. There's going to be a lot of activities. We're using very nice hotels, resorts.
Uh-huh.
Something that if you haven't been home in years, it's a good time to be with the group.
I know, parang very sentimental, ano? Kasi 3 taon ang
Yeah.
lockdown, 2.5 years. And so it's like
Yes.
people are really excited to travel, especially
Mm-hmm.
traveling back to the Philippines. So, magkano naman ang cost nito? I will immediately ask on the cost. Would it include the air accommodation or just the
Of
accommodation?
course. Well, the ano, the particular participants actually have a choice, no? We
Mm-hmm.
offer a land arrangement only package wherein they can pick the airline of choice to come to the Philippines, or we also have a choice of using Philippine Airlines, no? Syempre, as our
Oh, I
flag
see.
carrier, we involve them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, if you're looking at a land arrangement package only, uh, the prices would range anywhere from $2,098 for a single person, 1,533 for
Wow.
someone who's sharing a room with someone for a double, and for triple
Mm-hmm.
share 1,421. Now, if you also want to do avail of the package with domestic airfare, slightly higher, but it includes the domestic airfare. So it's 1,318 for single occupancy,
Mm-hmm.
1,753 per person for um, someone sharing a room, and then 1,641 for a triple. Now, we also have a rate that would include the airfare, no? Especially if we're talking of New York.
Mm.
The all-inclusive package. Let me just check my código here now.
That's
The
okay.
uh, okay, here we go. So, for the first 50 seats, kasi what PAL did was to reserve 100 seats,
Mm.
and then they have a tier, no, for the first 50 seats and then the next 50 seats. For the total package, which would be about 11 days, the single price would be about 3,729. For twin sharing is 3,169, and for triple sharing would be 3,059. But that includes your airfare already on economy, and then that also includes your airfare for Iloilo and Caticlan, and then back Manila. So pretty much all included na yan. And the land arrangement. So not
So
too
it
bad.
means na kung group kayo, mas nakakamura. Am I correct?
Well, the rates, we were able to give such good rates because we negotiated it for groups. So the prices that I mentioned are already fixed.
I
They're
see.
fixed prices.
So, maano nga siya eh, very, very practical and kasi I saw last night doon sa presentation ni DOT Attaché Lardizabal na ano naman,
Yeah,
very, very reasonable ang amount because as he's mentioned, um,
yeah,
ano nga, yung 3,600, cost yan ng airfare na yung when you buy it during the holidays, during Christmas.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
so that's great. So,
yeah.
how many
Consider,
people can you, yes?
no, consider it already bills, the accommodations, transportation. It's really wanted to make sure that it would be very attractive to our kababayans.
I know,
And
right?
then not
So,
only to our kababayans, but we can also have our non-Filipino friends coming, no? Or those who have spouses that are non-Filipino. We also invite them to come.
right. So, how many participants can you handle? Ano ang maximum na hanggang dito lang ang mag-participate? 100, 500, ano yan?
Yeah. Now looking at a maximum of about 350. Um,
Oh,
we don't want to have a bigger group for now, since we're still just technically coming out of the pandemic, no. So we wanted to
right.
make sure muna that everything works the way it should, and having a bigger group kasi might be more challenging at this point. So baka by next year, if things are going quite well, then we can go back to our usual um 400, 500 persons included.
I see. So are you like you're not limiting this to the FilAms dito sa Amerika. Take other
No, no.
countries, other Filipinos from other countries can also join.
Well, of course, we're prioritizing our PhilAms here.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we do get inquiries from, let's say, people from Canada who want to go, or from other countries with a strong Filipino community, we'll accommodate them if we can. Pero usually dito pa lang sa US nauubos na. Our slots are
Oo
usually
nga.
taken up already. So,
Easily, no? Kasi
uh,
marami ang
yeah, usually.
Filipinos dito. We are 4.1
Yeah,
million
especially, yeah,
statistics.
yeah. Especially now that, people are really looking for this tour, because as I said, they really missed it the past 2 years. So, um,
Mm-hmm.
I think at the moment now we already have about 100 people who signed up. So konti na lang.
Wow.
Yeah.
Konti na lang.
And
Tapos it's just January. So tell me
yes,
about,
we have a deadline of April 1.
I see.
But it depends, no? If we still have space, then we will extend that deadline. But otherwise, kung puno na by April 1, then we'll probably close it by then.
So wala na bang mga health protocols ngayon? Everybody can just go? O meron na? Meron pa rin? Like
Yeah,
COVID?
all you have to do is show that you're fully vaccinated. And what we mean by fully vaccinated is you get your first shots, and then if you have your third shot, which is the booster,
I see.
no more quarantine, no more testing required.
That's good.
Only if yeah, only lang if if you sort of get positive with the virus while you're in the Philippines, and that's when they'll ask you to quarantine muna. But otherwise, we're pretty much back to normal now.
That's good.
The only thing that we really avoid are those who are unvaccinated. As far
So
as we're
hindi sila
concerned, if you're unvaccinated,
makaka-stay.
then you will be required to have your tests, and then
Oh, I see.
you have to submit a test taken at least 48 hours before departure from the United States. Now, negative test result.
Oh, I see. Now tell me about the Rajah Tours, because you are so into this business, the huge contingents.
Yeah,
How do you ensure that people are safe and really comfortable? Ano ang
yeah,
system na in place ng Rajah Tours?
yeah. Well, in our 51 years of business, no,
Wow,
we have really
51.
put we have really put the comfort and safety of our guests.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, no, what we do is we give health kits to our guests, so that
Mm-hmm.
including face masks, some hand sanitizers, things
Mm-hmm.
like that can help you to stop the COVID virus. Of course, there will be people from Rajah Tours that will be going just to ensure that everything is going well. So from equality
Uh-huh.
point of view, we really make it a point to anticipate the needs of our guests. Um,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we want to make sure that everyone is having fun. And if there are those things that come up, that need to be addressed, the certain service issues, we're always on it. So I don't think you survive 51 years without
Oh my
being
God.
able to provide quality service, and um, making sure that your guests are safe. We also have travel insurance for this VIP tour,
Uh-huh.
for instance. No, we have local travel
Mm-hmm.
insurance, which would also cover wherever you go. So if ever, on wood, that you do, um, if you get COVID by the Philippines, then you will be covered for hospitalization.
So ano na kayo eh?
Those things
I
we want to
know
make sure. Yeah.
kilala na masyado ang Rajah Tours. Way back in Cebu
Mhm.
where I lived
Oh,
and I was born there, kilala na yung
okay.
Rajah Tours. And I'm so happy
Yeah.
that I've met you here pa sa New York.
Yeah.
And but you're
Ng
like really well placed in places like Manila, Cebu. So I
yeah.
remember Rajah Tours very much. Yeah,
Yes.
so
Thank
that's
you.
amazing. So etong 51 years of business, this was set up by this is a family business, right? And you inherited this
Yes.
from your mom and
Yeah.
your dad.
Yes. My
It's
mother, I was actually the one who started it in 1972, and
uh,
because she really cannot be a housewife, she has to keep working. It's not her
I
personality to just be at home. So she
yes,
started off with
the ever
oh,
gorgeous
we
and
started off
active.
with yes at 85.
Oh my
She said
gosh.
mas sa akin yan. Yeah. So
Let's
you
say
started
hi
it
to
with three people.
Madam.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello,
So yun,
Madam.
it started
We,
small,
we had
then got
uh,
big
we
and
had a
became big.
we had a New Year lunch together early
Okay.
this year
Nice.
with your sister Marilyn and
Yes, yes,
your mom and our good friend Jobert Opolencia, who's also in
yes,
the tourism industry. So, ano
yes.
naman ang mga challenges, Jojo, that you face, and how did how was this resolved? Mga problema sa industry,
Ah,
ano ba yung issues nyo?
well, well, of
In Cebu,
course, the,
Philippines.
yeah. Well, actually, the past 2.5 years was really very difficult because of the COVID pandemic, no?
Mm-hmm.
Most of us, especially the inbound suppliers like the hotels, tour operators, tour guides,
Yeah.
we were basically closed for during the pandemic because we were the boundaries, the yeah, our borders were closed.
Oh gosh.
We were really unable to service anything, and we had to really do what we can just to survive the 2.5 years. And during that time, we also had to come up with guidelines to ensure that once we reopen, things would transition quite easily. We were working very closely with the Department of Tourism, and
Uh-huh.
we were doing product updates with our overseas offices just to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that we knew the trends that were coming out because of the pandemic, and we would also be well prepared to address whatever needs there would be when people start to travel again. So it took us quite a bit. Of course, financially, we had to really
Mm.
dip into our reserves, and unfortunately, some of our friends didn't make it and just decided to close their companies. But I'm happy to say that for the most part, we were able to survive. But that goes without saying. It was a very difficult time for us. So we're just happy that the Philippines is back now. It's open, and we've actually been getting very good arrivals abroad coming back to the country.
That's good to know. And saka, ano lang talaga, grit lang talaga yan, ano? Grit and
Yeah,
faith
yeah.
to
Grit and faith,
um
yeah.
to surmount
Yeah.
that pandemic that we all went through. Grabe yun. So why did
Yes,
you
yes.
choose when you reopened 3 years later? Bakit Iloilo, Boracay, and Manila were the spots or the destinations that you decided to promote this time?
Well, Iloilo is a place that we have done for the Canadian version of this group, no, called the Winter
Uh-huh.
Escapade, and we haven't really done it for the VIP Ambassadors Tour. And
Okay.
in the past few years, Iloilo has transformed itself into becoming one of the nice touristic destinations in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Not only is it full of history, not only is it a foodie's delight, a foodie's haven, but you
Mm-hmm.
also have new developments there that people ought to see. No, it's really become one of the Visayas' main destinations, so to speak. And then, of course, we all know about the Ilonggo personality. They're very very kind
Masyadong
people, very
sweet.
soft spoken. Oo,
Uh-huh.
masyadong sweet. So, we want them to visit new places in the Philippines. Boracay, of course,
Mm-hmm.
um, they haven't been there since the cleanup, the rehabilitation that was done a few years ago. So we also wanted to showcase
I
the new
see.
Boracay, so to speak, and then to see the developments also. It might be the not the same Boracay that they visited 4 or 5 years ago. So we want them to see again what Boracay is today, what it is today.
Wow. That's ano naman interesting. Kasi, Iloilo, I often go to Iloilo and Boracay. I went there once.
Mm.
So these are also
Yeah,
really like really top destinations of the Philippines. So it's a good
yeah.
choice. Kasi Iloilo is
Mm-hmm.
very historical. It's an old
Mm-hmm.
settlement,
Mm-hmm.
Spanish settlement. So
Yeah.
interesting masyado. But Manila, why did you choose Manila na matraffic lang masyado sa Manila?
Uh-huh. Well,
What
Manila
what
is
what
always
uh-huh.
yeah. Manila is always the staging area. So this is where we gather everyone.
Mm,
Um,
right.
See, of course, it's the main gateway. So this is where we assemble the group in Manila. So if you
Mhm.
notice, there's only 2 full days in Manila, no? The arrival and the tour the following day, and then we go off to Iloilo already after that. So it's just natural. And of course, a lot of our kababayans still have relatives in Metro Manila that they want to see. So it just gives them the time to catch up kahit sandali lang and also to
Mhm.
see the changes for those people who haven't been home in years. So they can also see the new places to go. Hindi lang naman the traffic, no, but there are there are new places in
Right.
Metro Manila.
Right. So, how do you sell the Philippines na halimbawa tayo dito sa US, we can go to the Caribbean at saka mainit na doon. We can go to
Yeah,
Puerto Rico. So, and then the
yeah,
Philippines it's a very long flight going there. So, how do
yeah,
you manage
yeah.
to get the market?
Well, if you're talking of the mainstream market, Maribir, no, I mean,
Mhm.
aside from the PhilAm, there seems to be more interest now because even though if the Caribbean is near, even though let's say Hawaii is still part of the US, um,
Mhm.
they're looking at Asia also as on a different light, no? Na
Right.
it's an interesting place as far as culture and history is concerned. Plus they've also heard about our beaches. No? I mean, primarily the Philippines is a sand and beach or sea and sun
Mhm.
destination, and for many years now we've been winning awards for places like Palawan, Boracay, for Bohol, and for
Mhm.
them it's become sort of interesting. And when we also say it's more fun in the Philippines, they become curious. Why is it more fun in the Philippines? So they want
Parang
to find out.
intriguing.
Parang
Uh-huh.
intriguing. And then, luckily, when they do get here, then they know. Then they find out why it's more fun in the Philippines. So so it's gotten quite easy to sell the Philippines. The only disadvantage we have lang naman, no, compared to other countries like
Mhm.
Thailand, Malaysia, is that they're all landlocked in the Asian mainland. So mas madaling umikot. You can go around easier. If you
Uh-huh.
go to the Philippines, kasi we're a separate archipelago, so there's an extra
Right.
effort to come in. But
Mhm.
because of the way we're hospitable to our guests, and
Mhm.
there was a study done on why people keep going back to the Philippines. One of the main reasons
Yeah.
was that because of the people, they just like
Kasi
being in the
friendly
Philippines
tayo.
because we're nice people, we treat them well, we're very hospitable. Um, anyway, it comes natural for us as Filipinos to love our visitors and make them feel really good.
Really
So
special. Yeah.
yeah, so they keep coming
Nakaka-miss
back
din
to us.
'yan. I
Mm,
miss those, kind of warmth sa atin. Like when you go to a
yeah,
resort,
yeah,
magje-jetty mag-ano kayo, mag-little boat kayo and then you're met with songs and, drinks and
yes, oo,
they give you this garland. So ano, very
yeah,
special. Very
Yep,
special. So,
yeah. Mas
ito
masakit
naman,
pa diyan when you go home. When they finish their stay,
umiiyak,
gano'n
no?
din, kakantahan din sila on the way. Yun talaga
And
iiyak na sila because they got to know the people, they got to know the hotel staff,
no, they will miss.
things like that.
Umiiyak nga ako eh. Would you believe it, Jo? Na nasa Cebu lang ako. And we were given a tour in a hotel in a resort up
Yeah,
north.
yeah,
Tapos nandun kami
yeah.
for 5 days. And then umiyak ako for surprisingly, and I'm Cebuana myself.
Oo, oo.
So you get
Yeah,
touched by
kasi
the
after
kindness
yeah,
and
yeah.
friendliness.
After a while kasi you get attached to them, eh. And they sort of become, even for 4 days, they sort of become your family.
That you
So
that's
when,
the
when
secret
you
of
think of
us
the
Pinoys, ano? It's
yes,
really true
yes,
na you become very important to
yes,
them.
yes,
Amazing. Ano yan,
exactly.
kultura ba yan or training talaga? You're training your staff to do
Um,
that?
no, I think it's part of our culture, eh. It's part of our DNA that
Parang
that we
natural,
really
ano?
take care of visitors. Oo, natural sa atin. And then, of course, there's also training to further enhance it. But I would say for the
Mhm.
most part, it's really something that's innate in Filipinos.
That's great. So,
Yeah,
on the safety side naman, Jo, before
yeah,
we wrap up, I'd like to
sure.
know what Rajah Tours or you in coordination with government na
Mm,
ma-ensure na people are safe and their things are safe at saka yung mga
yeah.
walang nag-rip off. Meron bang
Mm.
mga protocols na in place on that? Do you
Well,
educate your
no,
clients?
yeah. Well, in terms of safety naman, um, there really hasn't been any major incidents in the past few years that have involved tourists, no. The only tourists probably that are susceptible to crime are those who don't, if you pardon me for saying so, are those who don't
Mhm.
think, no. When you tell them that you're not supposed to go to this
Mhm.
area, don't talk to
But still
strangers
they do.
or ano, oo, they still
Mm.
do. So, 'pag gano'n, parang hinanap mo na 'yun. But,
Uh-huh.
for the general tourist, we're happy to say that, nothing major has really happened, to them, and we've been able to keep them safe. I mean, anywhere you go in the world now, there's always the possibility of some sort of crime being committed to tourists, no? And not only in the
Right.
Philippines, but even here in New York. I mean, anywhere,
Oh, yeah.
even
Mhm.
even in London, in Paris. So, it's just a matter of people really being alert.
Mhm.
Nga, no, listening to your travel agent as to the places where you can go, where you don't
Yes.
need to go, and things like that. So, ganun lang naman. I think you'd be good. But in the Philippines, of course, there is now a tourism specific branch of the PNP, the Philippine National Police, that
Mhm.
is for tourists. So we do have tourist help
Mhm.
desks if ever they do become involved in some sort of crime or in some sort of incident. So, but
Amazing.
for the
Yeah,
VIP tour,
that's
we
good.
will, yeah, for the VIP tour, we'll have some security escorts with us as well.
That's good. So I would like to
Yeah,
put this out. This is Dr. Laura Garcia, who last
yeah,
night during the VIP tour launch gave a very exciting testimonial of her experience in the past years during the ambassadors tour, wherein this
yeah.
is an organized joy put
Mhm.
up by the put up by together by the Rajah Tours and DOT and Philippine consulate generals here in New York
Yes.
and San Francisco. So it's
Mhm.
amazing. I just believe that it's more secure if we attach our package with like somebody like Rajah Tours, kasi
Yeah,
we are sure kung saan kami pupunta. We are not
yeah, yeah,
we cannot be ripped off. It's already in place. So I think
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
really good idea. And then
yeah.
planado lahat.
Oo.
That's
You
a
can
that's
get in
a
touch with
wow.
us. Yeah, you can get in touch with
Mhm.
us, or we will have consolidators all over the United States that will handle the tour. You can we're on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
It's called the Very Important Pinoy Tour
Mm-hmm.
2023. So they just have to search for it and it should pop up.
Right, right. So look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Take note of this very exciting tour package in the Philippines. So make sure
Yeah.
you already register so that kasi the seats are fast being taken,
Yeah.
no? So
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
gosh, so exciting naman. Boracay, Iloilo, and Manila. And also there are side
Manila.
trips, right? One can go to Cebu
Yeah,
or
they
one can go other
yes,
places.
we have post tours. I mean, say after the main tour, you have a choice of you can join tours to Lawag, to Cebu, to Palawan, Leyte, and Cagayan de Oro and Camiguin.
Amazing.
So it
So
gives you
that's still
more
handled by
opportunity to
Raja.
explore.
That's still
Yes,
handled
yes,
by Raja Jo. Wow. So
yes,
can you
that's still
imagine?
us.
All the best. Alam ko you will be
Yeah,
so busy in the days
thank you.
ahead, and but that's your forte. So enjoy it.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you, Joe,
Maribel.
for the time, and
Sure.
hope to
Thank you
see
for
you.
having me.
See
Okay.
you soon. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
and
All right.
all the best. Okay, that was Jojo Clemente for you, ladies and gentlemen. Exciting naman. So the VIP tour this year is going to be on July 16 to 24. So mark that, and you have a deadline until April to be part of this tour. So this is organized, this is safe, and you can have all the best of the Philippines has to offer, particularly Manila, Iloilo, and Boracay, and all the other side trips that you want to undertake with your family and friends. So go ahead and contact Mr. Jojo Clemente, and their Facebook page is on facebook.com/very important Pinoy Tour 2023. So that's it. I hope you are excited enough to plan your year ahead, and we'll see you in our next episode. So take a look at this.